Ooh, I'm live. Woo! On my hot porch with the fan blowing. Oh, well, hello to whoever showed up. You see the moon through the clouds. It's overcast. Hello, Lady Adara the Crone. Nice to meet you. Welcome to chat. I just thought I'd pop on a live chat, see who was out there tonight. Look like it's kind of a slow night on YouTube. Hi, Bella. How you doing, sweetie? I'm hot. I'm sitting on my glide instead of my swing. It's already gotten dark out here. I just hadn't felt real good for a couple of days. Just my energy level gets really down. It's my thyroid. I go for I'll do okay, and then it's just constant. Yeah, it's muggy out here. We had some storms blow through here earlier in Middle Tennessee, and we didn't get anything but boom, 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 boom. But areas around us got a lot of rain, and they've had a flood warning on Weather Channel. On the cusp. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, had some back pain and stuff too. I don't know. I'm just old and falling apart. Yeah, I was tickled. I actually saw. I did a tag response to Brian Cormac Carr. He did that tag for my best advice. And I did a video on that the other night. And I was like, oh, he watched my video. I joke around about having a crush on him. It's just a fun fangirl thing, just for fun. I think he's a sweet guy. Yes, isn't it awesome? It really makes you think, doesn't it? It's a great tag. Real simple and straightforward. I like that. It's like he just gives you something and I'll take off with it. And when I did mine, it's just that stream of consciousness. It really gets you thinking. Pulls stuff out of you that you didn't know was there. It's a great tag. Yep, absolutely. I think it's one of my favorite ones anyone's put out there. Can y'all hear me okay with the fan going? I don't know how loud it is on the laptop. Okay, just checking. Yeah, I am on Wi-Fi. On the other side of that wall is the hookup. So I'm close enough that I should be okay. All I've done is plug in the power cord because I use this like a desktop computer, this laptop. Good. But I got it blowing. See? Wee. Because it's hot. It's humid. Makes everything feel yuck. I couldn't hardly sit out here if I didn't have that fan going, and I wanted to do video. And I thought, well, you know what, I'll just go ahead and do a live. I didn't see anybody really popping on doing a live right now. I didn't want to do one inside because my son's watching a bunch of old, was it Steve's, whatever his name is. One of those talk show things where they confront people and expose all their bad, and there's all this screaming and crying and showing your butt. I personally can't stand that mess. It depresses me. And I sure didn't want that as a backdrop for any video or live that I was doing. I don't know if I saw you. I just come on here. Did you just make it? Or was it on not feeling good? Yeah. That'll be fine. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned. I ain't said nothing, but having diabetes. I've been having for the past 2 weeks off and on, having some back pain. Some strange back pain I've never had before. So I don't know what's up with that. Never know. I can look real quick. Hold on. I totally stink with laptop mices and keyboards. But let me pull up my other one. Get over here, you twit. Come here. And scroll up, boom, and okay. I might have seen it, I don't know. See, I can't make it. As long as I've been on computers, I'm just no good with laptops. I'll check it when I go in. And see, I actually have an external keyboard attached to this thing in the house and an external mouse. So I just use it like a regular computer. I cannot use this mouse. I can't get nothing to work right. Yeah, is it on my private personal Facebook page, or is it under the group? It's on the group page. Because that one is a closed group for obvious reasons. Yes. Yes. Hey, Solix. Hi. Welcome to the live chat. This is just spontaneous for the moment. What the heck? Because it's looking kind of slow on YouTube tonight. So I thought, what the heck? I'll just pop a live chat up here and see if there's anybody out there who wants to chit chat. Okay, you do that. That's fine. I'll get it. I'll just have to do it when I'm inside and have all my other attachments on this thing because I'm awful with this thing as a laptop. I love it. It's awesome. I've had it for 3 years now. It's an Asus, the Republic of Gaming type, because I used to play a lot of MMORPGs, and I miss it. I just can't afford it. The one I really loved to play was Star Wars. Oh, I love playing that game. But you gotta just let things go. Sometimes more important. Ooh, whitening. I'm looking directly south, and I just saw the whole southern sky lighting up, boom, 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 with lightning. Okay, just stay there, go around. We're having fun. Don't mess with us. So how's everybody else doing tonight? I know Bella's doing all right. Wake up. Hey, everyone went to sleep. Wake up. I'm like, oh, wake up. Ooh. Do I have to go get my silly hat? I have to get my silly hat and wake everybody up. Yeah, I haven't been real active on the group page because I've just been so tired. I'm probably going to go to bed early tonight anyway, but I wanted to come out here and say hey to everybody. I don't want anybody to think I'm ignoring anyone. And that's something that gets challenging. I'm seeing as you get more people subscribed to you. I got 300. I can't imagine. How do you handle it when you've got thousands? I try so hard to respond to everybody that comments on my videos. I don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt. They want, she's just ignoring me, that old snob. I wouldn't do that, Sometimes it's hard to keep up. We really haven't here either, Belle. I'm telling you, the Tennessee summer has been bizarre. We've had hot days, but the normal summer is pretty much abject misery from June through August. And you don't even start to get a break until September. It hasn't been that way the past couple of years. And really and truly, it seems to me, maybe it's just my own point of view, but it really seems to me ever since we had that earthquake and tsunami in Japan, the weather has been bonkers. It's just gotten steadily worse every year. And I really think more happened than they're telling us. But who knows? maybe it's just me. It has been very strange. You used to live in Morristown. That's awfully familiar. In Tennessee? I'm not sure where that's at, Morristown. Yeah, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure where it's at. We got a blue million little towns everywhere in Tennessee. I'm sure you know that if you lived here, you know. Every little crossroads has got some kind of little nickname town. Ooh, east of Knoxville. That's why I don't know it. Yeah, because I'm in Middle Tennessee, so I'm above Nashville. Music City, USA. Oh, I feel so good. So tell me about you. See, Solix, you're new to the channel, and Lady Adari, tell us some more about yourself. Bella's been here off and on a pretty good bit. Always happy to see you come in. That whole area of East Tennessee is just gorgeous with those mountains and the Smokies. There are a few things more beautiful than watching when the clouds roll in. That's where it gets its name, the land of many smokes, from all the clouds coming up in the valleys. Oh, man. It's magic. It's just pure magic. Awesome. I've been back and forth. I started back in mid-'80s. Went back and forth between that and the church, and then left the church for a very long time. Went back for a while here. Kind of make your people happy, because when you don't have anybody around you that believes the way you do, it makes it hard. But I never really went back to church. Never did go to the buildings. I just went along with the belief thing. But inside out, I had too many questions with what was taught. Serious heart issues with what was taught. I said, I'm done. Then right after that, lost my mama too, and I had to go through that valley of the shadow of death thing for the past year. Not a fun time, but sometimes the best things that happen to you, you don't even realize it. You think it's the worst things. It forced me to deal with a lot of things I hadn't been dealing with. Oh, Christus and Gatlinburg. Hear the crickets. They're cranking up now. Tar Apple, hey, good to see you, baby. Welcome. I didn't know who all might be out here tonight. Just fired up the old live chat. A lot of our lovely peeps that we love so much, they're over in Britain and they're conked out now. Yeah, I'm doing my old lady moaning and groaning tonight. Been tired. Yeah, nice backdrop, huh? Yeah, it's mostly what we do here. So like we get going, and it's a lot of times I'm just sitting here watching chats. Everybody's talking back and forth. Everybody forgets I'm here. I become a good excuse for everybody to get together and have a good chat session. So did y'all see where Becca was changing her channel name? I thought that was sweet. She can call herself anything. She's always going to be Becca to us. That's all there is to it. She's just stuck with that. We love our Becca. So, oh, puppy needs you. Give that puppy a hug and kiss for me. You know I love dogs. That was a really cool story, wasn't it, Tarpa? Really was. Excuse me, I'm getting another one of my Ludens. The cough drop that doesn't taste like medicine. I'm going to get ad sponsorship yet from these people. We need to let them know, hey, you got this crazy old lady on YouTube promoting your product. Help her out. If they ever did get in touch with, they'll probably faint. Oh my God. It worked. Did y'all see? I got all fangirl when I saw Brian Carr had actually replied when I did his tag, and he replied to it. I was like, ah! It is very hard. Yeah. That's good. I'm happy for you, Solix. I really am. I do too. You will. Just hang around, chill out with us, and join in, participate. Whether it's just as a commenter or if you do videos yourself, that's fine. I'm probably going to try to do some kind of shout out video. I want to do a highlight video of the entries for my last giveaway there. My very first giveaway. I was so excited. It wasn't Brittany cute. Oh, she was adorable. It really, she got so excited over that. It made her so happy. But I want to put together a video on that. It's just during the first part of the week when I'm working, I just can't. I have to do it on the weekends. It just takes all my energy working. You know, I can sit here and chit chat with you guys in a live, no problem. But to actually sit there and go and try to download this and then I use Windows Movie Maker. All the other ones confuse the heck out of me. So I had to put them all together and do that editing stuff. And I'm like, I got to think. I don't want to think. I love everyone I have met. Even the ones a few months back, there was that big brouhaha, all that stuff going on. I don't hate anybody. Everyone has their issues. Everyone has disagreements, misunderstandings, whatever. I just want this to be like a neutral zone. And for everybody, like I've joked about, say, this is a neutral zone. On one side, we have the Federation, then we got the Klingons, and we got the Romulans back here. But we all got to watch out for the Borg. They're not included. Watch out for the Borg. I don't want to be assimilated. Hey, Jen. Hey, welcome. You beautiful yourself, darling. Thank you. Yes, see, you know, a Star Trekker always tells on themselves. Sooner or later, they're going to make a Trek reference somewhere along the line. But I'm cursed because I got it all. Star Trek, Star Wars, Harry Potter. I love all the weird stuff. Ancient Aliens, too. Now, that's fun. That's fun. I love Ancient Alien stuff. That's a blast. And the guy with the wild hair, he cracks me up. One thing you can give him, whether he's right or wrong, he's passionate. Oh, my. Them and their landing light. That's the neighbors over there. It comes on. I did see I saw one of the trailers. It looks really good, but it's not going to be on regular TV. I'm like, this bites. You have to subscribe. It's almost like a Netflix type thing. Spock rocks. You better believe it. Rock, paper, scissors, Spock. I love that. Yes. I love them all. I love all those shows. I got hooked on. See, my generation, here I am, I'm 60. And I can still remember the moon landing. And I know there's people say that it didn't happen. What I think it happened. I think that our technology wasn't up to broadcasting it. And I think they tried to do some kind of recreation to broadcast so we would feel included and be part of what was going on. Plus, it gave them a chance if they found something they didn't want us to know about, they could hide it. So the ones that we saw in the videos and stuff, maybe that wasn't really them. That was actors in suits on a stage somewhere. I can see that. I do believe we actually went to the moon. I have heard some that do all that research say they could actually see where they were at. So I don't know. Who knows? Stanley Kubrick, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, he was, absolutely. 2001 was the most confusing movie in the history of movies. But it was beautiful. And it really inflamed our imaginations. Because all of us were young back then. you know. And to think that here's Star Trek on TV, we actually just sent somebody to the moon. Oh my God, in my lifetime, we're going to be out there doing the Star Trek thing. It was exciting. And then they just quit. And then just started sending the shuttle up over and over again in the 80s. That's all we did. It was more than a letdown. It was a real serious bummer, you know? Like, what the hell? Something's going on here. Something ain't right with this. You are fine, honey. You say what you want to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we don't know. I am open to anything being possible. It's possible we didn't go at all. It's possible we did, and they filmed the fake one, and it would have been Kubrick. There's nobody else that could have done it at that time but Kubrick. Absolutely no one. He was the absolute genius of film artistry at that point. So yeah, you're right on that. Hi, Sherry Bug. I hadn't seen you in here for a bit, girl. Welcome. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Yeah, well, it was so sad that we just stopped going anywhere, wasn't it? Don't you think? I mean, there's something more to it they're not telling us. I never read. I saw the film they made of it, and that was confusing enough. 1984. You've been missing it? Yeah, I'm glad you didn't miss this one. This is just unscheduled. Here I am, just a witchy chap. I didn't know who all was out there. Like I said, it looked like it's kind of a slow night on YouTube. It comes and goes. Sometimes you'll see people just doing live after live after live. Then you go for days and nobody's doing one. So it is very scary. The movie was really good. And then that was it 19, not that one. That Fahrenheit, not the one Michael guy did, Michael Moore. The first one, Fahrenheit book, when they were burning the books and stuff. It was another kind of sci-fi thing. That was a trippy movie. So for science fiction, I love it because it really makes you think. It challenges you. That's one every time I hear him talking about artificial intelligence, I'm like, have none of you morons ever watched a science fiction movie? Maybe we need to sit you guys down and make you, just force feed you every one of them ever made and get a clue. We don't want AI. Borg, anybody? No Borg wanted. Thank you. Yes, I think that's, yeah, but it's Fahrenheit. Is it 451? It might have been that one. I knew it was Fahrenheit, but I couldn't remember the last part of it. It was kind of strange, but it was kind of creepy too, because it was very, very believable, the whole concept. But that's what I like about sci-fi. It really does present you with possibilities. Oh, Animal Farm. I remember reading that book. I cried. That book made me so sad. Yeah. Yeah. Lord of the Flies. I'm more into more Lord of the Rings. The flies part kind of scared me. I'm just being silly. I don't like any kind of critters, any bugs like that. I'm like, I understand they're part of nature as long as they stay out there with nature and away from me. Yes. Well, here's the thing. The movie that really absolutely just about melted my brain more than any of them. Matrix. All those Matrix movies. When I sat and watched that, I was going, holy shit. This could be a thing, this could really be a thing. You look around and you wonder. The Matrix is genius. I don't think Of all the movies I've watched that I love, I don't think any of them can touch The Matrix with what they got out there. That whole concept, it's just whammied everything. It was just shocking to me because it was so scary real. Now that we're in a computer age, and we've had the Star Trek series where they had their, their holodeck. So there you are. We're in, and then you got all these scientists talk about we live in a holographic universe, and I'm going, what? This feels pretty real to me. And I hear them talk about, oh, well, if it's not observed, it ceases to exist. I'm like, bullshit. I can't go that far. I can't go that far. I'm like, okay, if it ceases to exist, and when my daughter ain't home from work yet, what? She ceased to exist. That'll work for me. Yeah. Huh. Oh, now if the cube is that horror flick and people getting chopped up, I don't do horror flicks. Just remember, I am very much an empath, and I mean, I can feel it. I watch these movies and somebody's getting hacked to pieces. I gotta walk out of the room. It upsets me. I know it's fiction. I know it's a movie. I can't stand it. I get physically sick. I just want to throw up. Ugh. And if I'm around any kind of upset, I need to walk away. A lot of it's because now I'm literally physically sick now, and I don't have as strong a defense as I used to. But it's still, I can't. I've got to keep my life on a steady, even keel. I went through pure hell after my mama died. I'm telling you. You guys just don't know. When I left my other channel, and I didn't want to leave, I had to. I had to walk away and have that time. I wanted to absolutely beat the living shit out of the doctors that had operated on my mom. I took her to the emergency room in April of 2018, where she was having some really bad abdominal pain. They took her, we was in there for 2 hours before they ever got to checking her. And so they took her to do a CAT scan. And when they come back, we sat there for another 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then the doctor walks in and just says, hate to tell you this, but you've got cancer. Just like that. Now I'm standing there, I work in the medical field. And I work with the older people. And I know there's a way that you should talk to people. I wanted to punch him right in the face. I could see the look on my mama's face, and my stomach just fell out for me. Just like, oh my God. And from that moment, I had to be strong. I got to stay calm to help mama get through this and help everybody get through this. And I was so mad at him saying it the way he did. And it was just a nightmare roller coaster ride from there. Because then this other doctor, this woman doctor, she comes in and they're talking about doing surgery because she had intestinal blockage. Well, this woman, they told her and me and my family, she had a year to live with no treatment, 2 years to live with treatment. That's what they said. So this doctor comes in with a woman that's 79 years old and has cancer. When they did a further check, it was in her liver, it was all through her intestines, it was all through her. They had no business doing the surgery on her that they did. But they taught my daddy. He didn't know what was going on. He's confused. He didn't understand. So he signed the okay for them to do surgery. She never recovered from that surgery, guys. She never, ever healed at all from that surgery. She just went right downhill. So July, I lost my mom. And me and my mama had a head-knocking relationship most of my life. She's a very strong-willed woman. And it's okay now, but yeah, I know it's awful. It's hard to go through. But I had so much anger in me, frustration, because I always wanted that real close mother-daughter relationship. Never had it with my mom, and it was on her part because I tried. I'm not perfect. I have my faults, but I felt It was like these people seeing my mama had my daddy's military insurance, knowing she's going to die. Let's get what we can get. And that's where my mind went. When you are absolutely shattered with grief and anger and rage, that's what happens. That's where a lot of lawsuits come from, where people are just like, ah, and they want somebody to go after somebody because they feel like it's going to ease it. I went out here in this yard at night, 2 in the morning or so, everybody else is asleep. And I'd shake my fist to the heavens and I cussed God up one side down. I'm talking about the church God, okay? And I just let it out. I did not hold back. I mean, the stuff I said was mean, but it needed to be done. And I had to work through a lot of issues that I had with my mom because we didn't have that mother-daughter relationship I longed for. And here I'm left to pick up the pieces and be strong for my family, and I'm having to deal with my stuff. And I didn't have anybody. But you know what? That's the way it needed to be for me. You can look back on something like that after the fact and understand that this is where you build your muscles. Your emotional, your mental, your spiritual muscles. Is you tie it in with the tiger and you don't give in. You don't back down and you battle it. And that was my shadow work. Like I said in my last video, we need to focus as much on light work because it's not all dark. It's not all about darkness. I did have the chance before my mama died, we kind of had our moment that last night. They had brought her home earlier that day in the ambulance. And I went there to talk to her. And she wanted to talk to me and say some things to me. So I love you and I forgive you. And I told her I forgive her for everything. So we had that time. And I said, but you need to stop talking about that. I said, and Barbara's coming up. And I said, Mark's coming up. They're going to be here tomorrow. She said, I won't be here. Now, you want to talk about chills on your chills. It's something with some people, when they get to that point, they know. They just know. She just looked at me dead in the eye. She says, I won't be here. And I just, oh my God. I went through some tough crap. It's not easy. And my daughter was very close with my mama. My mama was more of a mama to her. That mother-daughter relationship, they had it. I didn't get it. And I'll never know now why. I'll never know. It's a mystery to me. I don't know why she was that way with me. But it's okay. That was her issues. And I love her no matter what. It's unconditional love and unconditional forgiveness. You either do or you don't. There's no middle ground. Unconditional is unconditional. No conditions. There's no caveats. Okay, I'm going to love you if you do this, or if I get this, or if you do that. That's condition. The moment you put a condition on it, it's not unconditional. And for me, unconditional love and forgiveness is vital. It is the heart of compassion, of true compassion, where you put yourself in someone else's shoes and try to think, if I had lived their life and experienced what they experienced, how would I feel about things? And it helps you to understand other people, where they're coming from. Here I go getting on my soapbox. I got to catch up with Chad here. I'm sitting here running my mouth. I just tell you a news story. Yes, it is. Increased traffic is destroying them. Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sorry, Lady Adara. I love you too. Thank you for coming by, sweetie. Yeah, well, this is who I am. I come on here, and a lot of times I'm upbeat, and I'm happy, and I'm laughing, and it's hard won. I wasn't born that way. I take it back. I was a very happy child, and then I've been through so much crap in my life. And I read something, I don't remember who wrote it, but I'm really studying a lot about reincarnation. It's the only thing to me that makes sense. I don't see any point of us existing and being sentient just to cease to exist. It's absolutely senseless. It doesn't make any sense. To me, there is a logic, not to everything, but to most things. There may be things that we don't see the logic because we don't see all of the factors involved. But to me, you get into mathematics, you get into science, you get into geology and all that stuff, and there are rules. There's foundational rules. There are principles. It's logic, which is very computer. Here we go again with the holographic universe thing. But it's the one thing that makes more sense to me. And I have read, somebody was talking about, they believe that some come into their lives with the attitude they're going to work off all this karma and break free. And they get overloaded. And they can't handle it. Cat lady, hey. Ricky, hey, sweetheart. Oh, my Lord. Let's see. Bear with me. I do not have my mouse. I'm not good at this. Let me see. Come on. Well, crapola. Okay, I just screwed it up. It's not wanting to do anything now. I'm just no good using my laptop as a laptop. I wanted to put Ricky in as moderator too. Hello, Farrah. Hey. Atlantean, hey, I didn't see you come in, sweetheart. Fresh glowing, hey. So hi to everybody that's come in while I'm sitting here flapping the gums. You're buffer. Okay. Okay, can anybody else see me? Let me be real still for a minute. Y'all let me know if you can see and hear me. Okay. Well, I'm trying to, Ricky. I'll have to do it when I go into I'm not sure if one of you guys that are really Willie Pad, hey sweetheart, love and hugs. Okay, can one of you click her name and see if you can put her in? Because when somebody is coming in as regular, they've been here several times, and we know that you're cool, I put you in. That way we got multiple backups because there's a lot of trolls on YouTube. We had boom booms going. We didn't get the rain right here where I'm at. It went around us, but they had flash flood warnings on Weather Channel for a while. It was booming. It was loud. It was kind of fun as long as we didn't get the big winds and the rain. Okay, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry. It's just random. It's YouTube and internet, you name it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, me too. I'd rather just boom, take all that humidity out of the air and just have a crisp day. Oh my goodness. That humidity, see, had a heat stroke back in 90. And if you ever have a massive heat stroke like I did, they had me packed in ice and I didn't feel it. Slipped into a coma for a few hours. It was not fun. But it messes you up. It sensitizes you. Then whatever the little thermostat thing in your brain is, it makes it to where you can't really cope with the extremes of temperature, whether it's super hot or super cold. I get out here in the heat for too long, and it's like having fire ants crawling on me, burning me, biting me on my skin. It's awful. On the Great Lakes. Yep, I almost died. I sure did. Peekaboo! Hey, sweetheart. Hi, Midnight Sky. Look, a lot of new people in here. Yay. Tell you what, you guys chat for just a minute. Let me go and get my mouse and my keyboard. I can't function without them. Y'all just chit chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I just got to go inside and grab that. I just can't function with this thing without my real life keyboard and a real life mouse. This little one, I can't make it work right. So hang on. I'll be right back. Come on. Not hit one and not hit two. Can't stand it. They ain't right in the middle of whatever mama's doing. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? You know it is. You know it is. Alrighty. Let me get plugged in to my matrix. Okay, where's my plug? Are you in there? Okay. There's one. Doom, doo, doo, doo. And the keyboard. Yay. Doo, 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 doo. Okay. Let's see if this is going to work now. Oh, that's so much better. All right. Hang on. Where did you go? And boom. Okay. That's Ricky. Okay, I think so. Oh, it feels better now. There you go. Hey, Justin. Hey, I'm so glad everybody's in here. Quite a few in here tonight. Hey, this is fun. Everybody else must have been bored too, huh? Oh my gosh. Halloween stuff. Oh, I love Cracker Barrel. Boy, they're expensive, but man, they've got some of the coolest stuff, don't they? Year round. Oh, I love everybody. Thank you, Peekaboo. You're sweet to say that. I really do love everybody. It's sincere. From the heart. I'm just a mullet. Understand something, like if I'm ever like saying something negative about myself, I'm joking around, cutting up. That's just me. I don't hate myself. I've been through a year of negativity and all this crap and all, and I got it all out of my system, and I'm so much better. Yeah, you go, Ricky's Blue. Halloween's. I've got Messenger, yeah. It's just sometimes it shows up and sometimes it doesn't. I'm on Facebook and I have a Facebook group there. It's a closed group that I set up because I'm not open with my family. I'm not hiding anything. I'm just not bragging about it out of respect for my mama's memory. They were churchgoers. And I just don't want to deal with it because there'll be some that have something to say. Because I have a cousin who's a big time preacher. And I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to get triggered. Don't trigger me. Oh, the group. Did you? Okay. I'll double check, sweetie. Sometimes it doesn't show. I don't know. Let me tell y'all something too. I don't know how many of you follow Willow Wind, the Thrifty Witch on YouTube. She also has her Facebook group. I'm in that group too. They've just set up a new group on MeWe because apparently there have been issues now with Facebook arbitrarily shutting down random pagan groups, saying something about they don't represent the standards of Facebook or some garbage like that, and that oh, I'm sorry. It's okay, sweetie. It's not a problem. But there are also some issues apparently. Remember, I had said something about YouTube. Well, now it's getting more and more in your face about it. They are just arbitrarily demonetizing, which I'm not monetized. I come on here because I love you guys. You guys have helped me heal more than you will ever know. It's having somebody to share with, to talk to that understands, you know. It means more to me. I couldn't even tell you how much that means. But no, it's not just rumors. It's happening. There are big channels, and you know there's some humongous channels on YouTube, and even they have hit snags, had their channels demonetized, or at least certain videos that they've done. And with them getting rid of Google Hangouts, that has been a huge crimp on a lot of what they do, because a lot of them, that's part of what they do on YouTube, is have the groups. You have 2 and 3 people talking about stuff, interviewing people and such. So it's hurting them. It's hurting people. They are really catering to big business. Face it. I will say this. Let me ask you guys first. You guys know that I'm not vicious or mean or cruel to anybody, okay? I don't want to offend anybody, but I have my beliefs too. Is there anybody in here right now who is a Christian witch? Because what we're seeing is, okay, so when I say this, I don't want you to take this against you, okay? That's what I want to make sure. Understand that there are some seriously corrupted people running things, and they are using it as an excuse. They are trying to lift up this certain standard. It's the, how do I say this and be politically correct? Mainly it's your TV preachers that are the biggest problem, the big name ones. And I think you know what I mean. Yeah, I hate church. I don't hate church people. Okay. I stay away from the Bible. I was in it for years, and I just totally just finally had enough. Couldn't take it no more. So I'm done. For me, the research I've done into the truth of what is in that book, it just shatters it, shreds it to smithereens. I agree. That's me, my church. I'm into our church right now. You guys are my fellow parishioners. Yes. But see, here's what's happening. These big name, big money preachers have so much influence, and they're pulling strings. They're trying to force the world to conform to their worldview. And they are absolutely hell-bent on an apocalypse, on tribulation, all this stuff. They've been building this up since the 80s. They've got their people about whipped into a frenzy. I'm talking about your fundamentalists and evangelicals, okay? That's what I'm talking about. And it's scary. These are the people that we're up against. Yes, that's true. They're not. Yeah. You took down your videos because of what YouTube is doing, Justin? Yeah, I can understand. Yeah. I'm torn. I'm really torn. I look at all kinds of stuff, okay? I watch Hindu videos. I'm fascinated by Hinduism. It just amazes me. Some of it is crap, just like everything else. Everybody's got some crapola, right? But there's a lot of beauty in it, and it's about the oldest religion on earth. I'm fascinated by Buddhism. A lot of the ancient stuff I look at. New Age incorporates a whole lot of stuff. You could be just a hairy-fairy New Ager, or you could be a pagan New Ager, or, just whatever. And I do believe in positive thinking and the law of attraction, which I think it goes beyond the surface. What they've told people is just the surface. There's more to it than that. But I also think we're up against some pretty shady characters. And they don't have our best interest at heart. Hypocrisy is rampant in churches. Amen to that. Yep. There's a new documentary. Christian Mafia, yeah. I wasn't surprised. That's sad. That sounds about right. Yes. They've completely taken over on some things, and it's just, yes. Okay. Okay, what I see in the Bible, the Hebrew back in the day, they came out of the ancient civilizations. And they took those teachings with them, the myths and all of that, and they just renamed people, reworded it to fit them. That's what they did. It's the same stories. Absolutely. Hello, Ariana. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I was into all the deep, dark conspiracy theory stuff for a long time, and I got totally burnt out on it. Like I've said before, I don't lie about what I am or who I am. I'm middle of the road. I'm not extremist. I don't believe in extremism. It blinds you. The moment you've done that, become an extremist, you've painted yourself in the corner. Now what do? And you cut yourself off from options. I believe in being flexible. You look at nature and it teaches you life exists in the flow. It's a flow of energy, up, down, back and forth. It's a flow, a give and take. It's an ongoing balancing act, working in harmony and such. It's not strictly one thing or strictly this. The great hack. Okay. Yeah, well, I said all that because I'm torn because I don't get into the politics on my channel because I know people would be offended and pissed. I am middle of the road. I don't want to offend people. That's not what I'm here to do on this channel. I was into the politics thing and I just got disgusted and burnt out and said, done. But my concern is our future, the future of us, of our children, of our country, of our freedom. I see freedom being threatened on all sides. I trust nobody that's in our government now. Nobody. Not on the right, not on the left. Whatever. I don't trust them. I've seen too much crap done on both sides of the aisle. And we're in trouble, I think, in a lot of ways. But I don't know what we can do. I was an election judge. I can tell you right now, yes, your elections are at risk. Your votes are at risk. They are. I've seen it. It's a very scary world. Yeah, we're here to learn lessons. I do believe that. But, I cut up and joke about ancient aliens, but I swear, guys, I got to wonder. I've got to wonder. You look at what the Gnostics taught about the archons, the ancient aliens things. It's almost like they try to give it you put lipstick on a pig to me because, face it, if somebody's taking you against your will, they don't have your best interest at heart. They don't respect you. So if the alien abductions are legitimate, then these creatures, whatever they are bull. Now, maybe there are some good ones along with the bad ones. I don't know. But somebody's doing something that's beyond our reach. And I don't know how to fix this. And I feel like maybe there's some truth to what New Agers talk about. Groups of people being incarnated now to fight back against this darkness. But I don't know how when you don't have the money to fight these people that have all that money. What do? How do you save the future for your children to be as free as possible, to become fully human and fully realized, fully spiritual? That's what I want to do, is to be fully spiritual and to see my kids have that same opportunity. But if you've got one group of people who've got all this money and power that are determined to cram their crap down your throat, what do we do? What are our options? It is scary how bad it's getting environmentally. They're all liars. Yep. And you don't do a politics with on channel at all. Yeah. It is. Well, see, that's the reason I bring it up, because everybody in here, we've known each other for a while now. And you know my heart and I know your heart. So there's no attack meant against anyone personally. But it's something we need to really figure out. Hey, Hound Dog. I just saw that you come in here. Welcome to the chat. Common people need to stick together instead of fighting. Yeah, that's right. We've got This is what people miss. I'm glad you say that, and that's true. Yes, it's the principle. Here I am, a middle of the road Democrat that everybody hates. The right wing Republicans hate me because they think I should be extreme right. The left wing Democrats hate me. They think I should be extreme left. And I don't go to extremes. I believe in trying to be sensible. I have been a swing voter in my life. I'm mostly a vote Democrat, but I voted Republican too. So I'm one of those people that's on the fence that can see the crap on both sides of the fence. Okay. And I can see people being led by the nose all around me. It's hard. You seen a news story about the dogs dying for swimming? Oh my gosh. That's sad, lily pad. Wow. See, even our water's getting so polluted. Yeah, bless your heart. I agree, Solix. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Look what Brazil's president. So here, this is what I'm saying. I agree with you 100%. Atlantean, you are dead on right. It's crap all the way around. But see, this is why I say I'm on the fence. That mess in Flint, you can't pin that on Trump. And I don't like Trump, so don't get me wrong. I see crap on all sides. Okay, I have seen it for decades. This doesn't just happen. We didn't just get here. And the politicians have been nibbling away at all the environmental protections we fought for way back in the 70s. Those of you my age, you remember the hot, heated battles they had in Congress over this stuff and how people were protesting and raising 9 shades of hell. And we finally got these protections going, an Environmental Protection Agency, and they cleaned our waterways up and we started having improvement to the air. And now they're just chipping away at it. Now look what's happening. Dogs dying swimming in the lake. Well, your kids could have been in that lake swimming. They don't care. If it makes them money, that's all they care about. So I don't care about Republican, Democrat, independent, whatever. This is a people problem where people need to put aside what they use to keep us divided. It's divide and conquer. They want us saying, oh, you're a libtard, I hate you. Oh, you're a publictard, I hate you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Instead of understanding the real enemy is up there on Capitol Hill or up there, the chairman of the board bunch. That's your enemy, not us. I'm not your enemy. The Republican down the street ain't your enemy. The Democrat down the street ain't your enemy. The churchgoer isn't your enemy. The Muslim over here isn't your enemy. The Hindu over across the street isn't your enemy. That's a human being trying to live a decent life. And we're being brainwashed and misled by everybody, and it's divide and conquer. That's why I say this is a neutral zone for me, where I want people to see us as human beings. You're human, I'm human. Cut me and I bleed red, so do you. Whether you're male, female, whatever your skin color is, it doesn't matter. We're all human, and I love you, and love is the way. Hate is not the way, love is. I sound like a damn preacher. Yes, it has. You're right there with me, Amethyst. Okay, tar apples. I love you, baby. They are good at divide and conquer. I agree with you. Yeah, Will's congregation. Here you go. Well, I'll tell you something. Old friend of mine, I haven't talked to him in months. I miss him. I love him to death. Always will. His name was Bill. He was on YouTube. I don't know if he's still on around or anything, because we kind of went just separate ways when I went into this, got back into this. But one of the things he did a lot of research on, that people are not aware of, is the methane. That there are huge deposits of methane in the ocean floor in certain areas around the world. And if we ever had a methane explosion, if the crust gave away and there was a sudden release, it would be a catastrophe of biblical proportions. It would be off the charts. No way to even describe it. It would be totally disastrous. Will's congregation Tuesdays. Y'all are funny. Yep, that's the thing. I've got people that I follow on YouTube. They're black. I don't care. They're beautiful to me, and they're smart. They know a lot of stuff I don't know. Because I'm looking into the ancestry stuff, I think there's something to that ancestor work that it's even in the Bible that a lot of people believe in. Talks about the generational curse. That's what that is, ancestor work. And there's also here's something curious. I'm going to run this past you guys. I think it's in Acts. I'm not sure, but somewhere in the New Testament talks about whatever is forgiven on earth is forgiven in heaven. So I don't know if any of you have read that. I cannot remember where it's at. But that has always stuck with me. And the things I think in the Bible are not strictly what they appear to be. That they don't own it, the church. They had a lot of stuff put in from other cultures all around. So you've got the, what do they call it? The mystery religions. And I think that's something that comes from them. Paul's writings were the first ones. A lot of people don't even know this. In the New Testament, it was Paul's writings that were the first, not the Gospels. The Gospels came later, and they're like apologetics to try to create the myth around Jesus, to make him real and everything. That's right, with their own opinions, absolutely. And here's the thing, regardless of whether Jesus existed or not, if you deal in metaphysics, you understand we create thought forms. And if you look back over 2,000 years of people believing in a Jesus Christ and putting their energy into that, you've got a thought form that exists on some astral level, some realm. Dead Sea Scrolls, I don't think much of. I just think it's just some of them verify a lot of the Bible, and then there's some that they haven't fully interpreted, or just little bits of it and stuff. But even with the Dead Sea Scrolls, the closest you come is like a century. Now, you think about this. The closest writing you can find is like 70 to 100 years after the fact, so to speak, of the supposed time when Jesus existed. I want you to tell me verbatim what you and your mama and your daddy talked about when you were 5 years old, when you were 10-year-old. You ain't going to be able to do it unless you have got a photographic memory, which is a rare thing. Yes, man-made religion, yeah. I'm into spirituality, so I can learn from things that are in that Bible, but I exercise extreme discernment because there's a lot in there that just doesn't fit. But that is something I thought about when it's even in there. It's like hidden teachings that are glossed over. They're never addressed by your preachers. Whatever is forgiven on earth is forgiven in heaven. It's a spiritual principle. So if you forgive, you are releasing karmic entanglement. And see, they don't want to talk about that because that gets into reincarnation, which means you're here more than once, and they don't want people thinking you're here more than once because then they lose control over people with the fear of eternal hell. If you don't believe their way, you're going to burn in hell forever and ever and ever. I researched the hell out of hell. I mean, it is bunkum, deliberate misinterpretations, but they use it. Okay, Atlantean, I sure enjoyed you being here, sweetheart. Hugs. What do you think about the Dead Sea Scrolls, Peekaboo? Yeah. You love the Psalms, Midnight, okay? Yeah, there's some pretty songs. It's a big, complicated world we live in. You still there, Peekaboo? Peekaboo, Pixie, you're being summoned. Oh, you're typing. Okay, I'm impatient. Type faster. Yeah, doomsday clock. They got it reset. Yes, the Psalms are basically, they are spells if you look at them. If you pay attention, it's like it's calling on the power of the Almighty. 12, I went back. 21. Good for you, Amethyst. uh, I do believe in past lives too. It is. I think here's our problem. My opinion, just little old me sitting here in Tennessee, spitballing. You're looking at writings from a culture that existed 2,000 years ago. And those mores, those worldviews don't exist anymore. It's different. Things always change. And it's hard to really understand the true intent if you don't understand the mindset. Example, look at China. I can remember reading how in China, you would never get married wearing white because in China it represents death. It's like a curse on the wedding, on the marriage. But here, for us, white represents purity, virginity, all that, So we traditionally will dress in white. It's a cultural difference. So if you don't know that, maybe you wouldn't understand what somebody was referring to in China writing about that. So that's where the culture comes into play. You've got to understand who is saying this and why they're saying this. What's motivating them? What is their cultural environment? Their beliefs that they've grown up with that is influencing their worldview, what they believe, what they think to be true. You junk journaling? Yay! That's fun. I am too, Peekaboo. We do a lot alike. Yep. That's me. Because there are common truths. And here's the thing. One major common thread in every single major religion I've ever looked at is reincarnation. And it's even in Christianity if you look at it correctly and not through the lens the preacher gives you or the priest. If you look at things that were said, it's hinted at repeatedly. And the high priestess that originally taught me when I first came into this path many years ago, her dad was a rabbi. And she told me some things that I've never forgotten. So, trust me when I tell you God had a wife. They don't want to talk about it publicly because they like that monotheistic type of thing that they teach now. But God did used to have a wife named Asherah. And if you could find it, I'm going to have to do this one day. If it's still up, there is a video of an interview with Leonard Nimoy that played Spock where he talks about, yes, the Shekinah glory. I've talked about it before, I think, in chat. And that's where he got the Vulcan hand sign. Because that's the symbol that the rabbis used when they were calling down the Shekinah glory of God, which they knew to be God's wife. Boom. But if you try to explain that to somebody that's going to an Orthodox church, fundamentalist, evangelical, well, they will lose their shit. They freak out. Festival of Sacrifice. Islam and stereotypes. The Festival of Sacrifice. They are absolutely deadly serious about that stuff, too. I agree, Farron. You got to be careful. Yeah. Chuck Turling's funny. Yeah, but I'm like you. The common thread is reincarnation. It was taught in times past, but cultures change, and plus, you got some pretty smart folks that figured out if you want to have control over people, you have to convince them that this is their one shot. Believe the way I tell you to believe, live the way I tell you to believe, or you're going to burn eternally. That will scare the crap out of you. But the irony is I don't really think people believe it the way they claim to, because if they did, they wouldn't live the lives they live. Even they go to church and then they're doing all this crap when they're not in church. I have to wonder how much they really believe. It is bullshit. And I'll bet you Lily has seen people coming into hospitals freaking out because of that fear of that teaching. I have seen it cripple the minds of people. That's why that's the one thing that's taught that I hate. That teaching, I hate that teaching. It's cruel. It's cruel and it's destructive. Yes, I deal with the elderly in my line of work, home health, and I have over the years talked to some old people that they just talk. I don't bring it up because we're not supposed to get into stuff like that. I'm an ear to listen, shoulder to cry on and all of that, and they'll talk about how terrified they are that they weren't good enough and they're going to burn in hell. That's heartbreaking. Somebody to live with that kind of fear in their life. That's just I don't like to see people hurting like that. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, it didn't quite go together well, did it, Lily? Farrah did kind of go, oops. No, the junk journaling, I mean. I like the Festival of Sacrifice. I do. Yeah, I agree. It's abusive. Yeah. I think if you look at, that's why to me reincarnation makes sense and it's fair. It will explain why somebody has so much stuff happen to them, and maybe they're a decent person in this life, but you don't know what they may have done in the last lifetime, and they're paying off some serious karma. It makes some sense then, because we've all seen people have stuff happen to them. It don't make sense. They didn't do anything to deserve that. Why is all this bad stuff happening to so and so? But I think there's something else too that I've thought about that I have not seen anybody bring this up before. And I wish I had some yogi here that I could talk to about this stuff, because they really know this stuff. But I wonder, because I've started wondering this about me. I wonder if sometimes some of us incarnate, not that we have to work off our own karma, but to take on the karma of others and then work it out to help others clear their karma. Because we have it within us, the ability to love and forgive unconditionally. Even though we may go through years of hell and wrestling and arguing with ourselves and struggling until something clicks and it all comes together and you realize, you understand. Because I feel like that's what's happened to me. Not putting halos on my head, I'm just saying this is what I feel. it resonates with me, if that makes sense. That's why I've been through a lot of the stuff that I've been through, and now I have spent, once I got through all the rage and stuff from losing my mama, I guess right before I came back on with this new channel, I started letting go and going through my mind with everybody I could think of. Anybody I had done wrong, I asked their higher self for forgiveness, and I forgave them for anything they'd done against me, and I just went down the list. Anybody that wronged me, real or imagined, I just let them go. I forgive them, be blessed. And I've been doing that for everything in my life. And I'll do it several times until I feel that release. Because when something has been sunk into you for years, you don't just, it's gone. You have to work it out. And that's what I've been doing. And I do feel better doing that. I feel a difference. It's like a weight lifted off of me, if that makes sense. Familial karma, yeah. I've known that all my life. I'm here to work out other people's karma. That's beautiful, Melissa. I don't know for sure who I'm a reincarnation of. I'm on that path of discovery right now. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Ricky, for coming by. Love you. Hugs. Mwah. You sleep well, sweetheart. Have sweet dreams. Be blessed yourself. Okay, no problem. Look forward to it. So, Angel of Ascension. So, do you believe that we can actually be angels that have incarnated as human? That is something I haven't got into. I think I've stayed back from it because the Abrahamic religions, all of them, just claim ownership of the whole thing. Bless your heart. Fair, you got your hands full. Yeah, I know. Fighting for freedom and independence. It's hard for women in Islam. I feel you. My heart goes out to any woman dealing with that. It's harsh. It is harsh. It's misogyny on steroids. There is such a hatred of women in general. I don't care how much you sugarcoat it. It's there in the churches too in general. It's there. They sugarcoat it. They try that. Will we lift you up? I'm thinking, yeah, right. Don't get me going on my soapbox on that. I've been on the receiving end. I know about your love for women. There, it really is. And I want to say this. When you take half of the human species and you basically do your best to subjugate them into at best being servants and at worst being slaves, and you dehumanize them, you're cutting your own throat. Because we are all human. We all have a function in this life. And the ideal is to learn to work together, to be partners in life, whether it's as friends or lovers, but to work together, not against each other. One shouldn't be above the other. One should not be above the other. You hurt and wound the spirit of a woman. You've hurt and wounded yourself, because we're all connected on a higher level. That sounds interesting. That sounds really interesting, Melissa. Mm-hmm. Yep, Mother Earth. I do a sort of prayer every morning. My routine that gets me going is I will greet Source, all Mother, all Father. I'm greeting Sophia, Gaia, Terra, Danu. To me, they're all like Earth all together. Mother Earth, Father Sky, Moon and Sun. Her and Kerninos for the God, and Grandmother, Grandfather, Spirit for my Indian heritage. I'm greeting the universe, my higher self, guardian angels, spirit guides, spirit animals, and my ancestors. And I go through this list, I'm acknowledging, not that I have to, because it's there in my heart, but for my mind to get that imprinted on me, my conscious mind for the day. And once I've basically greeted everyone, all it is, was, and ever shall be, in love, unconditional love, and unconditional forgiveness, then I go into thankfulness. I am thankful that I'm awake. Thank you for keeping me and my family safe as we slept. Thank you for protecting our home. Thank you for every blessing in our lives. And I'll go through and I'll be thankful for everything. Creates an attitude of gratitude. If you're grateful for things and thankful, then you're not filled with bitterness and negativity. It gets your brain set. This is what I've been doing this past, I'd say, since March, because February, March is when I finally started pulling out of the abyss that I was in when my mama died. And then once I got on stable ground is when I started this channel back up. Started a new channel here. But this channel's a fresh start for me. The other one I haven't really touched. I just can't. It's too associated with me with losing my mom. And I may eventually just shut it down. But, it's no big deal. I've got this channel. I'm happy here. I'm happy with you guys. I love you to pieces. Yep. This is what I do. It's just simple. It's very simple. And it's not that I have to address every single name. My goodness, if you want to address every single name that the goddess or god are known by, you're going to be busy. Go look at how many the Hindu have. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. But just in general, for me, Sophia represents my time with Christianity and going into Gnosticism, and Gaia, because I love that whole concept of Gaia. And then Tara Danu is in honor of my Irish ancestry. Then grandmother, grandfather spirit, that's Cherokee. That's my Indian side. So I'm acknowledging all aspects of who I am. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for my Irish ancestors and my Cherokee ancestors and who knows who else in the family line. About how they weren't sure. I know, Lily, it breaks your heart. That is true, so that's right. It's a process. I'm 60 years old. Look how long it took me. I am emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in a better place than I've ever been in my life. Ever. And it was after going through hell on earth, losing my mom. I'd already been through hell losing my brother, holding his hand while he took his last breath. And then lost my uncle. And then just a couple months before my mama died, we lost my granddad, my step-granddad. And then mama, all this was unexpected. And everything I went through with her, it happened so fast, you didn't even have time to adjust. It was a whirlwind and just a total shock. And I'll never forget that Friday morning, my daughter come running in. She's gone. Well, anyway, my daughter come running in here screaming, she's gone. And my poor daddy, I have never felt so sorry for anybody in my life. When I walked into their bedroom, they had the bathroom in their bedroom. And he had the recliner pulled up to the bathroom door to help her in and out of the bathroom. She couldn't hardly walk. And he told me, he just looked at me with this confused, lost look on his face. Says, she's gone. He said, she just said, I'm dying. And she's just gone. He just kept saying that over and over. He couldn't believe it. He was in a total state of shock. And to see my daddy, you got to understand, my daddy to me was the strongest man I ever knew in my life. This is a Navy man, military man, tough. hard as nails, and then he's just broken. And at the funeral, I'd never even seen my daddy cry but one time when my brother died. But sitting there on that pew, there's my daddy, my daughter, and me, the rest of them beside me. And I mean, I had never seen anybody cry like he cried. It just poured out of him. And that's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. But you come through that and you're stronger for it. You don't want to go through it, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But it's important, I think, to find a way to turn something like that for the good. Because you've got to find a way to cope with it, if that makes any sense. It's true, Lily. You are so right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's hard for everybody. It's hard. I kept hearing my mother's voice in my head at that funeral. Don't you lose it, Lindy. Don't you lose it. You be strong. You better hold it together. I could literally hear her. It's like she was right beside me. Tell, don't you lose it. You keep it together. I could hear her just as sure as me sitting there talking. I could hear her telling me, don't you lose it. It broke my heart for my daddy. It really did, because I love my daddy so much, and he is such a good man. He has sacrificed so much for this family. He deserves the best of everything. And it just, all the stuff that's happened, it just really got to him. You know, when you love somebody, you feel for them. You don't want to see them. And I hated what happened to Mom and how she went out. And I think that's where a lot of my anger came from. As much as she sacrificed and did without and did for others, see her be taken out of the world this way pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie, it pissed me off. I was pissed. You have no idea. My God, the rage that filled me. Yes, it is. You are absolutely right. Well, Farrah, I had lost my grandmother years ago when I lived in Georgia, and I loved her, my daddy's mom, but I wasn't here. So it was like unreal. In my mind, I guess she just went to visit somewhere. It's not the same when you're there with somebody when they die. It'll hammer you. It will hammer you, and you've got all the feelings for your own loss, and you're hurting for everybody else's hurt for what they've lost. You're hurting for the person that's gone, knowing they didn't want to leave people they love. It's just trauma all the way around. It's hard. Oh my gosh, Melissa. Oh, girl, I hug you. That's hard. That's hard. I'll be your fill-in mama if you need a hug. I'll mama you. That's what I was born to be, everybody's mama. Oh, bless your heart. It sounds to me, Farrah, like you've got a really tough situation. And so, Melissa, did you have your dad? Who raised you? See, I relate a lot with Lily, whether you know it or not, because we're both in the medical field. So there's things that she says, and I pick up on it instantly, and I know she does the same with me. It's like her reaction, finding out about not born again kind of thing, and what we've seen. It's just, hang on about that. We see so much. I see it from the side of the elderly and homes and the family, and she sees it in the hospital itself, hands on. And I tell you, it's rough. It's rough, and then you got to deal with stuff in your own family. It ain't easy. You got to have a special strength that Spirit gives you. My heart goes out to you, sweetie. I understand, Solix. Yes. See, now here we are, just opening up, and people sharing their heart. Yep. Well, where I'm at, I'm in home health, so I visit them in their home. But I've been told things that have happened. Oh my gosh, yeah. Family is the worst a lot of times. Anybody that works in home health will tell you, and I'll guarantee you, Lily probably can verify it, even working in hospitals and such. Your issues are usually more with the family members than with the person, with the patient. The patient will be okay, and it's the family wigging out that you got to deal with. But yeah, that is true. But as far as paranormal activity, little lady that I take care of had lost her husband some time back, many years ago. And she was talking about one night, so she gets real cold at night. And she used to love just to snuggle up to his back. He kept her warm. And she said one night her covers was down and her covers just lifted up. It's like he was tucking. She knew it was him. He was tucking her in. And I believe it. Bless your heart. You're adopted by my biological dad's brother and mother. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. At least they took you in. Lost your grandma. So you had a lot of trauma. You've had a lot of trauma. See, this is why, guys, I try my best to be so loving to everybody and kind. Everybody's got a story, a true story, not a fake one, a true story. Everybody has suffered somewhere in their life. Maybe someone has had an easier go of it than we have, but even their easier go will have some suffering along the way, or maybe there's something that's happened that nobody knows about. Because a lot of us have things that we don't discuss. It's very private to us. We'd be humiliated if anybody found out. It's just so private, we don't even want to talk about it. So I try my best to be as loving and kind as I can to everybody. Because I don't know what that person's been through, what made them do this, what made them say this, what makes them think this way. I may not agree with them, but I try to understand the why, because that helps me to understand the person. And to me, with what I do for a living, it's important because you never know what you're going to run into. If I have to go fill in with somebody else, I need to understand what I'm dealing with and be very intuitive on that so that I know the right way to react to help that person the best that I can. Bless your heart. I understand. We get that way. And you know what, Amethyst? It seems to me that our society encourages us to be separate. It's part of that divide and conquer in a way. And I think that's why social media has become such a thing, because you can come out here in our real day life, we are working and we don't have time. It's my daughter Naomi, and
you don't want me on camera, I'll break it.
But because we're working so much, we're running so much, we don't have time to build the friendships we used to 20, 30, 40 years ago. So Facebook is taking its place, and then YouTube, and that's when we formed our groups here. And thank you, Nana, for stomping my feet.
She just wants my
Got me the center of attention.
I mean, I'm 24. And
everybody says hi, Naomi.
Hello, friends.
Oh,
God. How are you?
That's my baby girl. That's my
Chill, dude. You're okay. Nana.
been honest.
We're going over.
Oh, sister schizophrenia, dad textbook narcissist, me depression. Bless your heart. Bless you. Yes. Even when you're not related, it gets you, doesn't it, Lily? Oh my gosh, Nana, please don't knock my stuff over. She's all over me. Nana. Nana, come on. Come on.
At least get up in the chair. Come on. Sorry, y'all.
We're having canine technical difficulties. I'm hanging on to stuff because Donna's climbing up in the chair. Oh my goodness. Anywho, let's see. Oh, Melissa, I was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. My mom drank while she was pregnant with me, so I'm visually impaired. If there's any misspellings, my messages, I'm using speak to text. You're fine, because I'm borderline severe dyslexic. You have my heartfelt sympathy, sweetheart. I know. You're doing great. Don't worry about it. You're fine. My daughter's used to dealing with me. I stink at texting. It takes me forever because I got backspace because I'm obsessive. I want to spell it right.
And it takes her 3 days to even read it.
Oh my goodness. But you see, all of us sitting talking and sharing stuff and didn't know about each other. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody has had some things that they're dealing with, and this is why it's my heartfelt intention to be as loving and kind as I can. Now, I'll stand up and be counted if I see something going on that I think is wrong. I've done that. You see me stand up. There's a big, brouhaha earlier, several months back. But that's not who I am all the time. I want to see people get along as much as possible. I don't like upsets, and my nerves can't take a lot of upset. Not at this point. But you got, if you want, I don't know, some of you don't go on Facebook. Others do. If you are on Facebook, I do have a closed group. You can email me. I'll send you the link to it. And you're free to, if you want to join, have a place to come and chat. We don't do a whole lot on there. It's just a place if you have the need to talk, we can talk. Yeah, group hug. Yeah. Melissa says hi, Naomi.
Hi, Melissa. Oh, Nana.
I love everybody. You know that. So let's see. It's starting to get a little late, so I'm going to go ahead and back on out of here, turn you guys loose. Health tends to make you look at life differently. Yeah, I can understand that, Lily, and we see the dark side of things too. That's why I try my best to counter things as much as I can with the light to get that balance back a little bit. Because boy, it can sure drag you down. That's why I understand where you're coming from. A lot of your videos too. But yes, I love you, Magical Cat Lady. Love you. Good night to you. Oh, Solix, no, you don't want it to end. I know. I've enjoyed it too. And we didn't even have a theme. We just started. That's what happens anyway. So, night, Lily Pad, Farrah, Melissa, all of you guys, everybody that came. Peekaboo, love you, Peekaboo. You're always so supportive. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank all of you. I thank all of you for being there. I love you all. And I'm going to get off here and wrestle with the dogs. Chit chat with my daughter for a bit. Hugs and love to everybody.
This is players.
Yes. Okay. Good night. Love you all. See you next day or two, probably. I'll either do a video or another live later. We'll see how it goes. I like to keep it kind of fun. See y'all later. Now see if I can get this thing down here. This is not easy. I don't have my setup like I did yesterday.